me tell you how it will be.
Welcome back. You are listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on KCBQ 1170. My name is Kyle Whissel. I'm your host with Whissel Realty. Joined in studio by Mr. Jason Hall with Team Home Loans and James.Cassady with State Farm. And we've got a special guest on the line. I don't know how we pulled this off on tax day, but we've got Mr. Brian Kane with Kane Advisory Group on the line on tax day. Brian, are you there?
I am here.
We really appreciate you taking a couple minutes out of your day to join us here on Whissel Wednesdays. What do people need to know? Last minute tax prep planning. What do people need to know? Give it to our listeners.
Yeah, I think there's just two things to really consider, and that is if you're doing the last minute thing, then and if you owe, be sure to get it filed. Be sure to get it filed or do an extension, because there's really two penalties that are assessed if you don't get it filed timely. It's a failure to file timely penalty and then failure to pay timely penalty. So even if you can't pay everything that you got that you owe, be sure to get it filed or file an extension, because then you can avoid at least one of those penalties, which can be pretty steep.
And Brian, the best thing to do if you're not able to file right now, file the extension and pay the estimated taxes, right? And overpay is better if you have the funds than to underpay. Is that correct, Brian?
That's right. Yeah, you definitely want to get it filed or file that extension. If you file the extension and if you have the ability to pay somewhere around 100% or 110% of last year's taxes, then you're going to be able to avoid both the failure to file timely penalty as well as file the not paying on time penalty. So I think the key is that you just definitely get it filed, get the extension filed. If you're contributing to an IRA, be sure to get that in today. And other than that, enjoy the 15th.
Yeah. Now, how many people, Kyle, file last minute? Your Brian knows. I know you're looking at some stats. I know there's a huge amount of people who file on the 15th. So who wants to take that, Kyle?
I used to always wait and intentionally just wait till like 11:30, 11:45, and just roll down to the Midway post office, file it, and then go and cross the street to the bar. And just drink away my sorrows. I would always want to hold on to that money until the very, very last second, and then just go to the bar as soon as you drop that check off.
So, Brian, how many people normally wait to how many of your clients wait to the end?
I'd say we have about 10, 15% of our folks that wait until the very last minute. Kyle, of course, you're not one of those. We took good care of you before.
He used to be one of those, huh? You've prepped him. All right.
That's right. We took care of that. But, yeah, I'd say about 10, 15% wait until the last minute. But we're able to get the extensions in for them and make sure that we avoid those penalties and then be able to knock it out sometime before the extension deadline, which is in October.
Awesome. And if somebody wants to get a hold of you, Brian, with some tax questions, maybe they screwed up this year and they don't want that to happen again next year, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
Well, two ways. Phone number is 858-277-2122. And then our website is caneadvisorygroup.com.
All right. So caneadvisorygroup.com, CAIN advisorygroup.com. Thanks so much for jumping on the line with us real quick, Brian. We appreciate it. We'll let you get back to it.
All right, guys. Take care.
So one of the things to ease up the pain of tax day is there's actually some freebies out there. So I don't know if you guys know about this, but, for business owners, it can be a tough day. Jason, you own a business. James, you own a business as well. It's a little bit of a tough day for a lot of business owners. So a lot of local businesses are giving freebies away to people to soften the blow.
All right, what do we got?
There's no Chick-fil-A, Jason. I'm sorry. We don't have Chick-fil-A on here, but we got Boston Market. Can you deal with Boston Market?
I do like Boston Market.
Boston Market. Diners who purchase one meal will get a second meal free if you can show them that you filed your taxes today.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
What else? There's a lot of them on here, guys.
Subway. Is there probably nothing from Starbucks, right? Starbucks
doesn't need to.
They don't need to give anything away.
McDonald's, you get Big Macs and quarter pounders or buy one, get one for just a penny today.
Wow. Do you have to show them your tax return? I don't know if I want to show the guy at McDonald's my tax return.
You don't want to make him, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think they're just
with
probably
these smartphones,
doing
he might be like clipping my thing, looking at my social security number. It's kind of weird you got to show this tax return to get even Boston Market. I'm not sure about that.
Maybe you show them like a certified mail receipt or something. I don't know. They haven't laid out the details, but there's deals at Boston Market, Brugger's Bagels, Burger King, Hard Rock Cafe, Hooters, Kona Ice, Olive Garden, Outback Steakhouse.
What's Hooters, Kyle?
What is Hooters?
Yeah, what's Hooters?
No, it's a nice, fine establishment, very high class place with, in my opinion, the worst food on earth. There's only one thing that keeps that place.
You don't go there for the Hooters, you go for the waitresses, right?
There's only one thing that keeps that place in business, and it's not the food.
Do they have waiters or just all waitresses?
I believe there's only waitresses.
All right.
And I've always wondered, I don't know about you guys, but how do they get away with
I don't know.
the people that they hire? Like, how can they preclude hiring male servers? And in all
And
honesty, the
flat-chested
majority,
women, yeah.
I mean, how can they not be selective about the appearance of the people they hire? That question has always, struck a chord with me.
I thought a couple of years back there was a lawsuit that was pending based on a male applying for a position of server. So there's got to be some sort of regulation. The anticipated understanding of what you're getting into, I think that
There's something there.
there's something there.
There's
Definitely.
something, but who knows? I mean, I get the same thing when we're talking about NFL. I mean, there's no ladies trying to apply for the NFL.
Yeah.
So maybe, I don't know.
Well, you're a Chargers homer. I mean, you could be a Chargers girl, Jason.
I could be a Chargers girl.
Love it.
That would
So
be nice.
if you want to get this list, I got 35 tax day freebies and deals for you. If you want this list, shoot us a text, 619-663-SELL, 619-663-7355. So let's get into it. Mr. James Cassady, State Farm Insurance. What do our listeners need to know when it comes to this whole insurance game?
An understanding of what their assets and liabilities are, plain and simple. At the end of the day, they need to have a strategic plan of what's in place. A lot of people have no clue.
What's a plan?
Well, not having a plan is not knowing what your coverages are. I can't
Right.
tell you how many people we talk to on a daily basis. We ask them what your current coverages are, and they don't know. I say 1530, 5100, and they don't know what those numbers even mean. So we go through a real mini education of what those numbers actually are, what those numbers could actually do for you or not do for you, and how that strategic plan in place can protect your assets. Most
Nice.
important assets. Protect your home.
I love it.
You guys talk about
I
homes.
think if
Protect your home.
insurance wasn't required, at least on an automobile or on a mortgage, I think a lot of people wouldn't have it.
No, and I'm in the business of stuff that's required by law. I mean, kind of a good
That's
business
not a
to
bad
be in,
thing.
not a bad business
Yeah,
to
that's
be
not
in.
bad.
But at the
Mortgages
end of,
should be required by law.
I mean, you can self-insure, and you got to have a lot of money in the bank to self-insure, But there's a lot of people that are put into jeopardy. You put a lot of people into jeopardy by not having proper insurance coverages in place.
That's a great. Again, you're listening to Whissel Wednesday here on KCBQ, AM 1170, The Answer. And we've got James Cassady, State Farm Insurance, out in Santee, right, James?
Yeah, right out in Santee. Live in Santee, work in Santee. I don't have to get on the freeway to go to work. It's a beautiful thing.
So how long is that commute for you?
If I want to jog, I can get
Wow,
there.
see,
I can
now.
get there.
That's
And
nice.
We talked about running earlier.
And do you hit Starbucks on the way there? You're a Starbucks guy like me?
No.
That's a good thing.
I try not to spend too much money at $5.
That's why. That's why he's got these guns here. He's better shape than me. I guess that's what Sam was telling me the other day. Hey, Jason, you got to cut out Starbucks. I'm down to 130 calorie drink instead of my 500 calorie Frappuccino that I had for 20 years. And did you know this year's Frappuccino's 20-year anniversary at Starbucks?
That was why they had that birthday cake Frappuccino, huh?
I think. I kept them going, I think, for years, man. That was my drink for years. Now I probably have it once or twice a month, just kind of have it, but I forget how much calories are in there, man. That's a crazy calorie drink.
I'm kind of a freak. I try to cut out all sugars possible, GMOs. I eat majority paleo.
All right.
That sugar.
Well, Kyle's into some of that stuff. He's kind
brutal.
of Kyle's trying to get down to 199 before Thursday.
By Friday morning.
All right.
So I started at 216.2 last Monday, and I'm at 204.2. So I'm 12 pounds down in, what is that, like 9 days. So I got 4.2 more pounds in the next 48 hours.
And you're just not going to drink any water, and you're going to sweat it all out.
I'll drink water today.
Yeah.
One Bikram yoga class, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go do a hot yoga.
What about
and
what's the Choose Fitness class you do with the one guy out there, the trainer? What's his name?
just doing a boot camp. Yeah, Patrick Dunn over at Choose Fitness runs an awesome boot camp.
Yeah, so you've been like saying,
Hot
hey, you need to
yoga,
do
I
that.
think, will burn way more pounds
yoga?
off.
Really?
Yes, between the sweat and the exercise of it, that's a good
It's
one.
like an hour and a half long class. I used to do it. I still do it occasionally.
So where do you
My
work
wife does a
out
lot.
there, James?
I'm CrossFit Pride.
CrossFit Pride there?
Right in Santee.
Right in Santee?
Yeah,
All right.
CrossFit
Hi,
guy.
Karen.
Some more Santee call outs. All right. We get the Santee show going right now,
This
Kyle.
is the Santee show. So for those that don't know, I personally live out in Santee. Jason, you're an East County guy. Santee is the up and coming place. It's one of those that a lot of people, there's some old stigmas that were surrounding Santee, but almost all of that's been shed lately. The school district is really highly rated now. It's an 8 out of 10, right up there with Poway and Carlsbad and some of the other highly rated school districts. Has some of the best safety ratings in the entire county, some of the most affordable housing in the county. I mean, it's just an awesome place to be. Tons of family activities out there. It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty nice. And Brian and I are running Santee Lakes. I've never ran around Santee Lakes, but again, born and raised San Diego native, East County guy. Been in Santee Lakes for years over the years, but I haven't been out there to run. And so me and Brian were talking about yesterday, Friday night, 6:30. Anybody wants to come out and run? You want to get in shape? Come out. If you want to be there, James, you can be there. Kyle's going to be at Coachella. So he's
Or Coachella.
Okay, let's talk about that. What the heck is this thing, man?
Segue.
Let's talk about that.
Well, your day, there was Woodstock,
Yes.
right? So you had
That's a little before
Woodstock.
my day. But is that kind of what you guys would say? Is that the
Yeah,
analogy?
so back in your day, you had Woodstock. In our day, we have Coachella. It's just an all-day or 3-day long, all day for 3 straight days music festival.
And
out
it's
in
back-to-back weekends?
Yeah, so it used to be a single-day event, then it went to a 2-day event, then to a 3-day event. Now it's not only a 3-day event, but it's 2 weekends long. So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They did it all last weekend. They reline up everybody all over again and do it for a second weekend now because it's so popular. They sell it's close to 100,000 tickets per weekend. So about 200,000 tickets sell in less than an hour.
And where does everybody stay?
Everybody stays a variety of places. You can camp there at it's at the Indio Polo Field. So you can camp there on site, which there's pros and cons. I mean, the good thing, there's a whole lot of other people in a close proximity that are all there to party and have a good time. But at the same time, there's a whole lot of people there that are all there to party. So
when you get that many people there partying, what happens? That's my concern. I mean, nobody's hopefully driving, right?
Well, that's the good thing about camping there is you can just do all your partying
stumble
right
back
there
to
at
your
the campgrounds
tent,
and you
huh?
don't have to drive.
Or your trailer or whatever you got.
Yeah, a lot of people rent houses. That's what we're choosing to do this year. So we're renting a house right across the street so we can walk home at the end of the night. And then a lot of people stay over in Palm Springs, which is, 20, 30-minute drive over. But there's shuttles from all the hotels over in Palm Springs, so you can get there that way as well. But it's a cool festival. Like there's a lot of, just like, Santee, there's stigmas and stereotypes. Same thing with Coachella, but Coachella can be whatever you want it to be. I actually see families out there with their kids just hanging out, listening to music for a weekend. It can be a big party and rager and, everybody getting drunk and all that stuff. But there's a lot of people that just go out there to relax, listen to some music for a weekend and have a good time.
Yeah. So James, you're a family guy. So how old are your kids now?
I got one that's turning 2 in June. Baby boy was first, and then a baby girl that's turning 1 in May.
So how many months are part of that?
They were 23 months apart.
Wow, that's quick.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you don't go roll to Coachella with Kyle, right?
I'm not rolling to Coachella.
And Kyle and Britt won't be rolling to Coachella once they start having kids. You could keep the pigs at home, and you guys can go. And I know you have a pig babysitter, and you guys roll out there. But I'm telling you, once you get some young kids, I bet you don't go. What do you bet?
I bet you we do.
I bet you don't.
Music is a thing for my wife and I. That's one of the things
That's why they have these iPod things and, radios like us, right?
Oh, man.
I'm just tuning in here. And
So Stephen Wenner just stepped in the studio, our Oceanside specialist and Carlsbad specialist.
And he's got a young family.
Yeah,
and his wife is currently how many months pregnant?
Well, she's ready to pop pretty quick.
And she's ready to pop. And this is number
3.
Number 3 for you.
So, yeah, there's 3 people on this side of the row and Mr. Whissel on that side of the row without kids, but piggies and dogs and other strange things at his house. And until you get children, I don't care what you say, man. Oh, we'll roll there, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it doesn't happen, Kyle.
Only music I'm listening to is Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yeah, see, I love that. Mickey House Clubhouse. Yeah. Nice. What do you listen to, Steve?
I think still back to Coachella, it's a nay for you. But yeah, I was watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm bringing my kids out there at 2 years old.
No,
but
you're not bringing
we will
the
get them
kids.
out there.
But you see, you only have so much time away from your kids.
I understand.
And you're going to pick. And is that the top of the Whissel
It might not be
list?
Coachella for a 3-day music festival, but I will bring my kids to concerts.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
With the
To the Mickey
headphones,
Mouse
we'll
concert.
Have a good time. I don't know. Not going to no Bieber concerts.
And then they have a meltdown.
Oh, yeah, it'll be fun.
And then they have a meltdown.
Baby Benadryl.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to head to a break here. When we get back, we're going to dive a little deeper into the whole insurance market with James Cassady with State Farm Insurance. You are listening to Whissel Wednesdays here on KCBQ 1170.